Imagine a deal that promises absolute power, but the price is everything. This is not just a story. It is a chilling truth about a secret agreement known as the Serpent'S bargain. It is the story of how one decision, made in desperation, can grow into a storm of lies, betrayal, and destruction. This is a story that will make you ask a dangerous question. When survival demands a sacrifice, how far are you willing to go? And more importantly, who becomes the monster when power begins to speak louder than conscience? In the busy town of Udo River, life moved fast and without mercy. The town was full of traders, fishermen, business owners, and dreamers who struggled daily to survive. Among them lived a man named Ekanem Okoro. Ekanem was once respected. He owned a small transportation company that carried goods between towns. People trusted him. They called him honest. They said he was a man of strong character. But those days were gone. Now, Ekanem lived in a broken house with cracked walls and leaking roofing sheets. Rain entered his living room like an uninvited guest. His once shiny company buses had been sold to pay debts. His workers had left him. His friends stopped visiting. Debt collectors came every week. His wife, Mfon, had grown tired of waiting for miracles. She no longer smiled at him. Their children had stopped asking him for school money because they already knew his answer. One evening, as the sun slowly disappeared behind the palm trees, Mfon stood in the doorway, her arms folded. "Ekanem," she said quietly, "the landlord came again today." Ekanem sat silently, staring at the floor. "He said if we don't pay next week, we must leave." Ekanem closed his eyes. His chest felt heavy like someone placed a stone on his heart. "I'm trying," he whispered. Mfon laughed bitterly. "You have been trying for 2 years." The words hit him harder than a slap. That night, he walked outside alone. He sat near the Udo River, watching the dark water move slowly. His mind was filled with fear, shame, and anger. He asked himself one painful question. How did my life fall apart like this? 3 nights later, while returning from another failed attempt to borrow money, Ekanem noticed someone standing near his gate. The man was tall and thin. He wore a dark flowing robe that moved gently in the evening wind. His face was partly hidden under a wide hat. Ekanem stopped walking. "Good evening," the stranger said calmly. Ekanem nodded cautiously. "Do I know you?" The stranger smiled slightly. "No. But I know you, Ekanem Okoro." Ekanem felt uncomfortable. "How do you know my name?" The stranger stepped closer. His voice was smooth and quiet. "I know about your business failure. I know about your debts. I know your children may soon leave school. I know your wife is losing faith in you." Ekanem's heart began to beat fast. "Who are you?" he asked again. The stranger stretched out his hand. "You can call me Obesai." Ekanem hesitated but shook his hand. The stranger's palm felt cold, almost unnatural. "I came because you are standing at a crossroad," Obesai continued. Ekanem frowned. "I don't understand." "You need help," Obesai said simply. "Real help. Not loans. Not charity. Power." Ekanem almost laughed. "Power cannot solve my problems." Obesai leaned closer. "Power solves every problem. Money comes from power. Respect comes from power. Control comes from power." Ekanem stared at him silently. "And what do you want in return?" he asked slowly. Obesai's smile widened. "Very little, at first." They walked together toward the riverbank. The moonlight reflected softly on the water. Obesai spoke calmly, like a teacher explaining a simple lesson. "There are forces in this world," he said, "that reward those who are brave enough to accept them." Ekanem swallowed nervously. "You mean magic?" Obesai chuckled. "Magic is a childish word. I speak of agreements. Ancient agreements. The world runs on them. Ekanem shook his head. I am not interested in evil things. Obesai stopped walking. Evil, he repeated. Is feeding your children evil? Is saving your family evil? Is becoming powerful evil? Ekanem said nothing. Obesai reached into his robe and removed a small black box. The box looked old, covered with strange carvings that looked like twisting snakes. This, Obesai said, holding it carefully, is an opportunity. Ekanem stared at it nervously. What does it do? It opens doors, Obesai replied. It gives wealth, influence, protection, everything you lost and more. Ekanem's hands trembled slightly. And the price? Obesai closed the box gently. Every deal has a price. But you will not pay it immediately. You will simply agree to follow instructions when the time comes. Ekanem felt a cold fear rising inside him. What kind of instructions? Obesai's eyes seemed darker now. Nothing you cannot handle. Ekanem turned away, breathing heavily. I cannot do this. Obesai's voice softened. You already are doing it, Ekanem. Every day you watch your family suffer. Every day you lose respect. Every day you die slowly. Silence filled the air. Take the box, Obesai whispered. Ekanem stared at the black carvings. They looked like snakes moving around each other. His mind was screaming to walk away. But another voice whispered louder. What if this is your last chance? Slowly his hand reached out, and he took the box. Obesai smiled with satisfaction. Good, he said. Now listen carefully. He explained that Ekanem must keep the box hidden. He must open it only when he hears a whisper calling his name at midnight. If you follow instructions, Obesai said, your life will change immediately. And if I refuse later? Ekanem asked nervously. Obesai's smile disappeared. There is no later. Before Ekanem could speak again, Obesai turned and walked into the darkness. Within seconds, he was gone. The box sat on the small table beside his bed. It seemed to pull his attention like a magnet. At exactly midnight, a faint whisper filled the room. Ekanem opened it. His heart pounded loudly. Sweat covered his forehead. Slowly, he stood up and approached the box. His fingers shook as he opened it. Inside, he found a small folded paper and a gold ring shaped like a coiled serpent. He opened the paper. It contained simple instructions. Wear the ring. Tomorrow morning, go to the central market. Speak to the man selling red pepper at stall 19. Say the words, "The river remembers." Do not ask questions. Ekanem stared at the message for a long time. Finally, he picked up the ring. It felt strangely warm. He placed it on his finger. The next morning, Ekanem followed the instructions exactly. At the central market, he found stall 19. A large man sat behind bags of red pepper. Ekanem cleared his throat. "The river remembers," he said quietly. The man froze. He studied Ekanem carefully, then nodded slowly. "Follow me," the man said. He led Ekanem behind the market into a private office. Inside, 3 well-dressed businessmen were discussing something serious. They stopped talking when Ekanem entered. One of them smiled. "So, you are the new partner." Ekanem blinked in confusion. "Partner?" The man laughed. "Yes. We have been waiting for you." Within 2 hours, Ekanem found himself signing documents that made him a silent investor in a large shipping company. He did not understand how it happened. He did not invest any money. But by evening he received his first payment. The amount was more money than he had seen in 2 years. Ekanem sat in his house, staring at the bank alert on his phone. His hand shook. Mfon entered the room and saw his face. "What happened?" she asked. He showed her the phone. She screamed with joy. "God has answered our prayers." Ekanem forced a smile. But inside him, A quiet voice whispered, "At what cost?" Over the next few weeks, miracles continued to happen. New business opportunities appeared suddenly. Investors trusted him again. His debts were cleared. His family moved into a new house. His children returned to school. People began respecting him again. They called him lucky. They called him blessed. They called him successful. Ekanem tried to enjoy it. He bought expensive clothes. He drove a new car. He attended important meetings with powerful people. But strange things also began happening. Sometimes he heard whispers when he was alone. Sometimes the serpent ring felt hot, like it was alive. Sometimes he dreamed of snakes crawling around his bed. One night, he woke up and noticed something terrifying. The black box had moved from the table to his pillow. He did not remember touching it. Inside, he found another message. "You have tasted power. Now prove your loyalty. A small favor is required." Ekanem's breathing became heavy. He knew this moment would come. He just did not know how dangerous it would be. The message contained a name: Chief Bassi Idiong. Chief Bassi was one of Ekanem's former business mentors. He once helped Ekanem build his company. He treated him like a son. The message instructions were simple. Convince Chief Bassi to sign the partnership contract tomorrow. Do not warn him. Do not explain the hidden terms. Ekanem felt sick. He knew the contract contained secret clauses that would slowly transfer Chief Bassi's company ownership to unknown partners. It was a trap. Ekanem held his head in his hands. "I cannot betray him," he whispered. The serpent ring suddenly tightened on his finger, pressing painfully into his skin. A whisper filled the room. "You already accepted the bargain." Tears filled his eyes. That night he did not sleep. The next morning he visited Chief Bassi. The old man welcomed him warmly. "My son, I am proud of your success," Chief Bassi said happily. Ekanem's throat tightened. They sat together discussing business. The contract sat on the table between them. Chief Bassi adjusted his glasses. "Are you sure this is safe?" he asked gently. Ekanem stared at the man who once saved his life from bankruptcy years ago. His conscience screamed at him to speak. But the serpent ring burned hotter. "Yes," Ekanem whispered. "It is safe." Chief Bassi smiled and signed. At that exact moment, Ekanem felt something inside his chest break. That night, Ekanem returned home feeling empty. He opened the black box again. Inside was another message. "You have done well. The serpent rewards loyalty." Below the message was a bank alert confirmation. The amount was 10 times larger than his previous earnings. Ekanem stared at it, feeling both joy and horror. He looked at his reflection in the mirror. His eyes looked different. Harder, colder, stronger, and strangely more afraid. He touched the serpent ring slowly. "I only did what I had to do," he whispered. But deep inside, he knew something terrible had begun. Something he might never escape.